Once upon a time, I was a titan in my field, a respected leader, a master of my craft. The name James Sinclair was synonymous with excellence, with unwavering professionalism, with an uncompromising dedication to my work. I had it all: prestigious corner office, the fat paycheck, accolades and accolades that seemed to pour in endlessly. People would marvel at my accomplishment, at the effortless way I seemed to navigate the highest echelons of my industry. They'd whisper my name with a mix of reverence and envy, wondering how I'd managed to scale the dizzying heights of success. If they only knew the sacrifices, the countless hours, the single-minded focus that fueled my relentless ascent. But I wore that mantle of success with pride, secure in the knowledge that I had earned every bit of it through sheer force of will. For a time, it all felt right. The power, the prestige, the sense of having made it. It was an addiction I couldn't get enough of. Thrived on the thrill of closing the big deals, debuting innovative solutions that transformed the landscape of my field. The adulation of my peers, the fawning praise of the media, it all served to reinforce my belief that I was unstoppable, untouchable. But as the old saying goes, pride goeth before the fall. And oh, how swiftly and spectacularly I fell. One misstep, one momentary lapse in judgment, and the carefully constructed edifice of my career came crashing down around me. The whispers that had once dripped with reverence now oozed with gleeful schadenfreude, as my peers and colleagues reveled in my downfall. Suddenly, I found myself cast out from the lofty perch I had so painstakingly carved out. The boardroom that had once been my domain was now closed to me, the doors barred by the very people who had once sought my counsel. The grand office, the luxurious trappings of success, all gone, snatched away in the blink of an eye. I was left adrift, my identity as James Sinclair, unassailable titan of industry, reduced to ashes. In the months that followed, I descended into a spiral of self-doubt and despair. I racked my brain, trying to pinpoint the exact moment where it all went wrong, where I had veered off the path that had once seemed so clear and inevitable. But try as I might, the answers eluded me, lost in a haze of shame and regret. As I wallowed in the ruins of my former life, I couldn't help but wonder, how had it all come to this? Where had I gone wrong? Was it a single damning mistake, or had the seeds of my downfall been planted long ago, buried beneath layers of unchecked ambition and hubris? The not knowing, the inability to point to a clear, definitive cause, was perhaps the cruelest torment of all. It left me grasping at straws, searching for some semblance of explanation that might provide a shred of solace. There was none to be found, only the relentless echo of my own failures, reverberating through the empty halls of my shattered dreams. And yet, even in the depths of my despair, a glimmer of hope began to take root. For as I surveyed the wreckage of my once illustrious career, I realized that perhaps, just perhaps, there was still something to be salvaged. Maybe, just maybe, my story could serve as a cautionary tale, a lesson for those who still cling to the false promise of unassailable success. So I resolved to share my journey, to lay bare the highs and lows, the triumphs and the tragedies, in the hopes that others might learn from my mistakes. For in the end, what good is all the power and prestige in the world if it cannot be tempered by humility, by a steadfast commitment to one's principles? This, then, is my legacy. Not the accolades, not the wealth, but the cautionary tale of a man who had it all, only to lose it in the blink of an eye. And if my fall from grace can serve to inspire others, to remind them of the fragility of success and the importance of staying grounded, then perhaps, just perhaps, I can find some measure of redemption in the ashes of my former life.